the saying, April showers, May flowers. But what can we literally rhyme snow with? So what I want to do today is because we're Toastmasters and we like to go, we are a go team. So today we're going to rhyme the word snow with Toastmasters Let's Go. So that's our Christmas in May, guys. So let's get it. Let's go. So today we have our grammarian, which is Shanita Davis, our timer, which is Arterio, we call him Art, and our word master. If you would like to go ahead and describe your role, Sandy, of the counter.
As counter today, I hopefully will help us with our awkward pauses when we say things like or especially so's, so that we can work on making transitions and become comfortable with the silence instead of needing to fill it with a sound. And I will provide a report at the end of the meeting. Thanks, Ms. Toastmaster.
Thank you, Sandy. Thank you. Next, we have our grammarian. Our grammarian for today is Miss Shanita Davis. Shanita, can you please describe to us what we expect from you today?
Sure. Our word for today is immaculate. And I put the total definition in the notes. I'm just happy to be here with you guys today, even though I'm in Dallas, Texas, caring for my ill sister. But by the immaculate grace of God, I am seeing her still living after they said that she was dying. So thank you, guys.
Awesome. That was an immaculate description of the word of today. Thank you, Ms. Shanita. Next, we have our timer, Mr. Art. Art, can you come on and please describe what we expect from you today?
Greetings, Madam Toastmaster, fellow Toastmasters, and guests. Yes, as timer, I will time our formal speeches and the evaluations. I will also alert each speaker of the time they have left using the green. Oh no, you can't see it. Okay, let me see if I can change my background here. Oh man. Okay, there we go. Using my green, yellow, and red card to indicate which specific times are remaining. And do we have table topics today? I don't think we do.
I do not see our table topic master for today.
Okay. Well, if we do, I will time them as well.
If we don't have anybody, I'll be happy to volunteer. I'll go grab my little table topic cards because I can't come up with nothing right now.
Thank you, Madam Toastmaster.
Thank you, Art. That was immaculate. We also have the word master, which is Miss Shanita Davis. Shanita, please describe to us what you will be doing for us today with the word master. Shanita, are you there? Okay, so for the sake of time, we're moving right along. We do have our general evaluator, Miss Sandra Morrell. Miss Sandra, will you please describe your role for today?
I will be leading the evaluations portion of the meeting where we get that immediate feedback that we can take out into our daily lives. And I'll describe the role a little more when we get to that part of the meeting. Thank you, Ms. Toastmaster.
Thank you, Sandra. Thank you. And I am the Toastmaster of today, Kim Connor. So what I'm going to do is introduce my first evaluator. The first evaluator that we have today is, excuse me, our first evaluator is Miguel. Miguel, would you like to give us points about your next speech, please?
Yeah, so I'm going to be evaluating the speech for Janet. So Janet is going to be doing, which was it? Project 3-2 out of Innovative Planning. This is going to be delivering a social speech. Let me pull up the objectives. So the purpose of this project is for the member to practice delivering social speeches in front of club members. the title of her speech is on my other screen. One of these screens. There it is. Thank you for this honor. So with that, I leave this to you, Janet.
Oh, thank you. Would the Toastmaster introduce me now, or do I just go ahead?
I am going to go ahead and introduce you, Janet. Thank you for that reminder. So I would like to introduce you all to Janet Sellers. She is an artist, a writer, a speaker. Today she's going to make an acceptance speech for receiving top honors as an artist in her field of visual communications. Toastmasters, please give it up for Janet Sellers.
Thank you, everyone. I really appreciate your coming here today and helping me to celebrate the honor. Today I have received, actually last week I have received the National Medal of Art from our president. I will wear it for you. It's not just me that wins this award. First and foremost, I would like to thank our President of our United States, the National Endowment for the Arts, and the committee for the Academy of the Arts that voted me in. Importantly, I would like to thank all the people who brought me here. I started out as an artist when I was a little kid, so I'd like to thank my parents. I made art all the time, but what really brought me into my artistic expression was when I moved to Japan. And the entire museum staff was supportive of my work. That gave me the feeling that I could go ahead and move forward in my career. And I made art and I did many things. My biggest artwork is 500 feet long in Los Angeles with gang youth. That was a group effort of 25 felons that I worked with. It was a community effort. And from then I spent the rest of my career, or have used the rest of my career, to develop community efforts creatively and change lives through art. I want to thank all my Toastmaster family, because you guys helped me be able to present things to the rest of the country when I didn't know that I could do it. Being able to communicate is a powerful, powerful part of our life. We have ideas, we have hopes and dreams, but communicating those lets it go someplace. We need to be able to go someplace with our ideas and our dreams. Toastmasters, you have helped me do that. I have developed my ability, and I thank you for that. In the future, I want to welcome all of you, my Toastmaster family, my American family, my global family, into the world of art and collaboration, because that's where art is going. We aren't little people in a little garret someplace painting by ourselves anymore. We are worldwide. We are collaborating. And this is the part that I so appreciate this award for, is that by this award, we will all be able to connect and know that we can make things and develop things for a richer society and a richer culture worldwide. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Janet. That was immaculate. Next, we have our second speaker, Janet Sellers. Actually, that was Janet Sellers. I'm sorry. So the second evaluation, come on board. So the second evaluator is Miss Shanita Lynn. She's gonna point out the next speech. Sheila Finn is the evaluator for Jamia Wells Palmer. Sheila, please come on board.
Thank you, Madam Toastmaster. Mimi's speech is on team collaboration. She's on workbook 1.1 and she'll be doing an icebreaker. And her purpose is to deliver a speech on any topic as an introduction to the club using any style that appeals to her. She is going to be working on not using so and showing and slowing down on her speech presentation. The title of her speech is Allow Mimi to Reintroduce Herself. Thank you, Madam Toastmaster.
Thank you, thank you. So I just want to say a few words about Mimi, if you will. We spend every week together, but how much do we really know each other? Today we will get to know one of our Toastmasters a little more, as well as what's changed since the last time she has introduced herself. Toastmasters, put your hands in the air for Jamia Wells Palmer, better known as Mimi the Motivator.
Your future needs you. Your past doesn't. That was the food for thought on today's show, on today's episode of Get High on Motivation. So today I want to talk about who I was when I first joined Toastmasters, who I am now, and who I intend to be using this program and this platform. So when I first joined Toastmasters, first of all, when I first started coming to Toastmaster, I was a permanent visitor for about 3 or 4 months. I didn't even know I was going to live in Colorado Springs, but I knew I wanted to join Toastmasters, but I was homeless and had all kind of financial issues and some more going on. But my two favorite speakers, Les Brown and Jim Rohn, both were DTMs. I didn't even know what the word DTM meant. Now I know, Distinguished Toastmaster, and I'm still working on becoming one. But when I first joined Toastmasters, Janet and Sandy will tell you, I would show up quietly with my backpack and I would sit there, participate. And as soon as they hit that gavel, I was out the door. There was no time to even have any conversation with me. The reason was that I could do this whole public speaking thing all day long. But if you had a one-on-one conversation, I was literally melting, sweating to death. When I get home, like completely got to change the shirt because that's how stressed out I was about having interpersonal communication. But in the past few years of going through Toastmasters, I have definitely improved my interpersonal communication skills as well as my public speaking skills. The person I was then is definitely not who I am now. The way I show up now, I'm proud to show up as. The person I used to show up as, I am embarrassed to even tell you about. But it's who I was, and it's a part of who I am. But as I mentioned, my past doesn't need me anymore, is what I realized today in sharing that information. It was a text message I woke up to this morning that said this, and it has inspired the rest of my day. It has inspired me to realize how much my future needs me and how much the future in general needs me and needs you. So what I've decided at this point is I'm starting a new path. So hence an icebreaker. And this path is team collaboration. As much as I am Mimi the Motivator, your favorite motivator's favorite motivator, I suck at team dynamics. Well, I ain't gonna say I suck, but I definitely can use some work. I've worked on my communication skills, so now I know how to switch up my communication for the person I'm speaking to. But I still have so much work to do to put me in the position where I desire to be, the future Mimi the Motivator. So at this point, I'm about to buckle down and show you what this pathway system can really do. So take a snapshot of me now. And I don't mean like a screenshot on your computer, but a mental snapshot of how you view me now. Because who I will be 6 months from today, I promise you will not recognize. I'm hoping not even to recognize. Who I am changes depending on where I am and what's going on. As the title of the speech, allow Mimi to introduce herself because that's not my name. My name is Jamia Wells Palmer. I was born Jamia Wells. I added the Palmer on when I was 8 because I wanted my daddy's last name. But I am not always this old bright, shining person. And those who have encountered me outside of the space will tell you. But one thing that I do know is that I get a choice in who I am and who I show up as and who I will continue to show up as. What I know is that I have a choice of who the future Mimi the Motivator will look like, what she will do, where she will go, what type of people she will surround herself with, because she's already started changing her circle. And I say she because Mimi the Motivator is a personality, is a character, is someone that is a culmination of who I am when nobody's looking and who I want people to think I am. Again, my name is Jamia Wells Palmer, but I am Mimi the Motivator. Thank you, Toastmasters, for your time and attention.
That was immaculate. So today, right now, we're going to ask for our table topic master. Table topic master will be assigned to Jamia today. Jamia, what is our table topics for today?
So today we are working with our theme of Christmas in May. So get your thinking caps ready. I will ask a question. I will call your name and I will repeat the question to give you a little time to think about it. I want to ask our guest, Teresa, if you want to participate. How this works is I ask a random question and you have 1 to 2 minutes to answer. And if you don't like the question that I ask, then just talk about whatever you want to talk about. So we'll give you an example so you can see how it works. And if you want to be involved, then just give me like a little chat or something so I can know, okay, that it's safe to call on you because I don't want to just throw you out there. All right.
Okay. All right.
Okay. So my first question about Christmas in May. Now, I am one of those people that you probably will call a conspiracy theorist, and I believe that they are making this weather up. Sandy, what do you think? Do you think this is real natural weather, snowing in May like it did just randomly yesterday? Or are they making this up?
Thank you, Madam Table Topics Master. I have absolutely no evidence that this weather is anything but real. I might be the wrong person to ask. I come from Wisconsin, where snow in May is not terribly unusual. And every once in a while, Colorado pulls out a little bit of snow in May. I wish Colorado would pull out a little bit of Christmas in May. We could use it to our advantage. We could. How could we tie together the newness of spring with the snow of the Christmas feeling? It's the gift. That's it. It's the gift we're going to give ourselves, in which case the snow in May not only is real, but it's something that we should look forward to and something we should be desirous of. And on an extremely selfish level, I have 2 really young trees in my backyard, and I will take snow. I will take any moisture that Colorado gives us to keep those poor little trees alive. Because if there's one thing I don't want to do again in my lifetime, it is replace a tree. So there you go. That's the Christmas in May with the snow, is it's keeping my, let's call it Christmas in May trees alive. Thank you, Madam Table Topics Master. You're on mute.
So I'm sure you see all my hand gestures and stuff moving. So you just have to guess what I said. No. Okay. So for my next question, thinking about Christmas in May, if you had to plan an event called Christmas in May, what would we expect in Christmas in May? And I'm going to call on our Toastmaster for today. Madam Toastmaster, what will we expect at your Christmas in May event?
Thank you, Toastmaster, Table Topic Master. What I would expect for my Christmas in May would be a party with your swimsuits, but don't forget to bring your coat. Don't forget to bring your hat, and definitely don't forget to bring your snow boots. Instead of the swimming pool, we will be doing ice skating for our Christmas in May festivities. So don't forget your ice skates. For our hats, instead of the summer hats, we will be wearing Christmas hats. Don't forget those. Definitely don't forget that Christmas spirit, because once again, it is Christmas in May. Don't forget to bring your bouquet of May flowers. Even though they may be artificial, still gonna implement that May flower. So don't forget to bring your Christmas spirit your Christmas hats, and your Christmas love. There you have it, table topics. Don't forget to bring your Christmas spirit.
I love it. Thank you so much. So we're going to give our guests a round at table topics. So your question
You guys have
is,
set the bar very high. We're
we're going to make it easy. So, when we talk about Toastmasters very often, yes, we think about having a toast. So what I would like for you to do is to make a toast to Santa Claus. So a toast to Santa Claus. Go ahead, Teresa.
Goodness. Santa Claus has been amazing to my family in the last couple of years, and I absolutely give him a toast. My children have had some amazing opportunities. We've been blessed with some exciting just things in our lives when so many other families have not had so many blessings and fortunes in the last several months. The things that our country and our lives have experienced have just turned us upside down. I'm blessed that our family has just handled it the way that they have, and Santa Claus is without a doubt so important in our lives, and we absolutely give him a toast for just giving us a bright, sunny spot in our lives to look for when the winter was not very bright, and giving fun things when it was really easy to not have fun things. So Santa Claus, cheers to you. Thank you so much.
Awesome. Good job. And you made the 1 minute mark.
Yes, I was thankful to see that.
see, good job. See, you're already Toastmaster material. All right, I would now pass this back over to our Toastmaster. But before I do, please send me a private chat and tell me who was your favorite table topic answer today. So we had Sandy who talked about, is this weather real or fake? We just had Teresa who gave a cheers to Santa Claus. And then Kim gave us an invitation to her Christmas in May event. So go ahead and drop me a private chat for your favorite answer. Madam Toastmaster.
Thank you, Mimi. Thank you. So, of course, that is the call for the topic votings. Timer, can you give us a 1 minute timing for us to go ahead and evaluate our table topics, please?
I think I have all my votes in.
Got the minute.
Awesome. Thank you, Timer Art. I really appreciate that. So would you like to announce the winner for the table topics now, or should we move on to the next portion?
How about we'll hold some suspense and I'll tell you at the end.
Okay, thank you, Mimi. I really appreciate that. So next, what we're going to do is we're going to bring on our general evaluator, Miss Sandra Morrell. Ms. Sandra Morrell, please come to the stage. Toastmasters, please give it up for Sandra Morrell.
Thank you, Madam Toastmaster. We're now at the part of the meeting where we go through the evaluations and we receive that feedback, which is why we are all here in Toastmasters, is to get the constructive feedback that we can use in our everyday lives outside of the scope of the Toastmasters meeting in our little Brady Bunch squares right now. We'll start with the speech evaluators, and our first speaker today was Janet Sellers. Her evaluator is Miguel, who will share with us how she did with meeting her objectives for the speech. Miguel, please share your thoughts.
Thank you so much, Madam General Evaluator. So, Janet, I always look forward to hearing the speeches that you prepare. Every time I hear one, it's very clear the experience that you have and the thought that you put into how you're going to structure and how you're going to deliver your speeches. The reason that I find that so interesting is somebody like myself, I'm so ADD, I suppose is one way to look at it, that the structure is just something, it helps me to focus, and it's something that I lack in some of my speeches. So I always appreciate the structure that you do have. I did really enjoy the way that you structured it. You start out with the introductions, everybody that you wanted to thank, including the organizations, the people who put together the award for your acceptance speech, and even how you kind of went into a little bit of detail of how you became an artist and what that journey was like. You mentioned the experience that you had when you went to the gallery in Japan and how you had the interactions with the staff there, how they were all encouraging of your work. You mentioned the piece that you did in LA, the large 500-foot piece that you did with at-risk youth. I thought those were incredible points to bring up. It really kind of got me intrigued and wanting to know a little bit more about that. I really enjoyed the way that the other thing that I also noticed as well, that you put that little extra effort in to make sure that you had your camera set, you had all that ready to go, because I know sometimes your camera doesn't work, your computer doesn't play along well, and I know that's a pain in the butt for you, but you did what you needed to do to make sure that that was set up. So that was all awesome. And I have been kind of spinning my head around trying to think, what is it necessarily you can improve? But I feel like this was so well put together, especially for this topic, that there's really nothing that came to mind, anything that I particularly noticed to possibly work on. At this point, maybe even just mention challenging yourself and trying to do something a little bit different. And I know that's something that I have to say to myself as well, because I use largely the same tonality, largely the same approach to public speaking myself, because I found what works for me, and 90% of the time, that's just what I need. So maybe just challenging yourself to try a little bit of a different tone. Try to think of what's a different audience that I could present this to, something that's outside of my normal scope. But that concludes it for my evaluation. Madam Evaluator.
Thanks, Miguel. Our second speaker today was Jamia Wells Palmer. Her evaluator is Sheila. Sheila, please share your feedback on Mimi's speech today.
Thank you, Madam General Evaluator. Mimi, I'm umming. I liked your introduction. You gave us a map of what you were going to be telling us, what your speech was about. And of course, your presentation, your clarity, your vocal variety, your eye contact, your gestures, your audience awareness, your comfort level, all of those. I mean, you're a very good speaker, and all of those were excellent. Or I should say immaculate, right? I use that word. I didn't notice, you did one thing you did great. You did not use so. I did not hear one so that was excellent. I did not hear that. One thing that you were working on was trying to slow down. And at the beginning, and it just shows how comfortable you are talking in front of people, is at the beginning, you did seem to be rushing through a little bit, but then, at good points, you did stop and make effective pauses. So you did a good job on that, kind of slowed yourself down. One thing you might want to work on and there was somewhere in there where you said I suck. That's kind of a slang. You might want to try and stay away from the slang. But other than that, you did a great job. Again, because you're so comfortable. But that was the only kind of negative thing that I thought was to stay away from the slang. Otherwise, great job. Thank you, Mimi.
Thank you, Sheila. Before we get to our grammarian and our counter for the day, we need to know how we are managing our time, which is an important skill to have in life, because never will you be invited to speak in front of a crowd with the words, Janet, I want for you to speak as long as you would like. Just go for it. Anywhere between 5 seconds and 50 minutes is just a-okay. Art, how are we monitoring our timing today?
All right. So today we did an immaculate job, starting with our speakers. Janet, she was on 2 minutes and 51 seconds. So she was a little bit under because her speech should have been 3 to 4 minutes, a little bit under. Mimi, her speech was 4 minutes and 44 seconds. So she's right on that sweet spot. Our table topics for today, Sandy, 1 minute and 25 seconds. Kim, 1 minute and 17 seconds. And Teresa, 1 minute and 8 seconds. All table topics did a great job, right on time. Miguel, your evaluation was 2 minutes and 37 seconds. Great job there. And Sheila, 1 minute and 43 seconds. You were a little under. Should have been between 2 to 3 minutes. Other than that, everybody did a great job and our meeting is on time. Thank you.
Thanks, Art. Toastmasters is, after all, at least partly about public speaking, and we should speak well. Our grammarian and our word master today will share with us if we did an immaculate job or not. Chinita, please, how did we do?
You guys were immaculate. I was a little distracted with my sister, but I did hear Sheila use the word of the day and Arturo. Was there anybody else that deserves some praise for using it that I missed?
Oh, yes. I think this group is fairly immaculate with their usage of the word of the day.
I agree.
Thank you, guys. I appreciated this meeting so much. Just like being there.
Thanks, Chinita. For the counters report, we were fairly close to immaculate today. Kim, first time as Toastmaster, and I'll get to this in my general evaluation in just a minute, but I did not pick up any ahs or ums. When you were thinking through what the next thing was, you just made it look as smooth as possible in the universe. I may have heard half of an which doesn't even count if it's only half of one. Sheila, I heard a few ums. I heard a few ahs and ums from myself. Miguel, I found your crutch. It's not so much or you stick a couple in, but you're a double word person when you're transitioning to the next thing, when you're trying not to or I picked up a couple of the, does, or it, which means you're thinking about not giving one of those unnatural fillers, which is fantastic. So you just need to push yourself right over the double word hump and move on to your next sentence. Janet is showing us the way with the ability to just breathe until she gets to her next sentence and not fill that space with any kind of noise to get there. She just lets it be silent for a second. And that is a fantastic technique that we all need to pick up and use in our own speaking. That is really all I have on this counters report whatsoever. how fantastic are you guys doing today? And I'll swing back and act as the second grammarian and apologize for use of you guys. For my general evaluators report, what I really want to share is what a fantastic job Kim has done running this meeting today. Smoothly, efficiently, incredibly organized, and with supreme confidence and enthusiasm. Before I move on, let's do this. She is killing it. This meeting is moving along very smoothly, and everybody's participating in an incredibly peaceful way.
Yes.
And we're completely on time as well, which is pretty exciting because that allows me time to not only hand over control of the meeting to our Toastmaster of the day, it will probably leave us time at the end of the meeting for announcements and signing up for roles for next week. So put it together to help me welcome back your Toastmaster of the day, Kim Connor.
Thank you, thank you. First of all, I want to thank you guys for your opportunity to be your Toastmaster for today. Secondly, well, actually, I should have did this first. Welcome our guest, Teresa. We hope that you will join us next week. We definitely appreciated your presence, your energy, and your willingness to participate. So thank you for that. We hope to see you next week as well. For the awards, I would like to know what that is. So for the awards, Sandy, if you can help me with that, I would appreciate it. And now we're going to assign tasks for next week. Art, do we have time for that?
Mimi's going to name our big winner.
Yes.
Oh, yes, we can't forget that. So we're going to bring back to the stage Mimi.
I got to get a drum roll here.
Drum roll, boom, boom, clap.
And our winner is our guest, Teresa. Congratulations, Teresa. Not only did you make the 1 minute mark, but you won the prize. Congratulations.
Awesome. Thank you, Mimi. And congratulations, Teresa. That's all we have for today. So now we will start assigning roles for next week. Sandy, take it away.
Thank you, Madam Toastmaster. I am going to sneak in a couple of quick announcements before handing all of you over to the capable hands of your VP of Education for another month and a half. I should be looking at a calendar to do that. What that is my announcement is we are coming to the close of a Toastmasters year. This Toastmasters year only goes until the end of June. Starting July 1st, we will have a new leadership committee. I know I've sent out a number of emails and thank you. I have heard some great responses from a number of you. Don't cheat yourself out of the opportunity to have a leadership role in this club. I know it sounds, if you use the word officer, it sounds dry, right? Officer, woo. That's exciting. Leadership sounds a little more like something your workplace is trying to sell you on. Like, Miguel, can I sell you on a leadership opportunity for the year? That sounds like it's got a bit of a sales pitch on it. But the executive committee, the leadership group, the club officers, whatever you want to call that group of people within a Toastmasters club is the backbone. It's the supporting system that helps all of you fellow Toastmasters reach your goals. And we all join Toastmasters to reach some goals. And taking a leadership role will help you reach your own goals, as well as providing you with the opportunity to support your fellow Toastmasters. If you have not reached out to me yet, expect to hear from me in the next 24 to 48 hours, because I know your email address and your phone number, and I can text you. I don't know a single person in this club that would not make an outstanding leader for the upcoming Toastmasters year. That's all I've got to say on that topic. With that happy note, please give your attention to your Vice President of Education so we can schedule out our meeting for next week.
All right. Okay. So I had to get to the right screen. I was on Easy Speak. I'm already pre-assigning some roles. It's kind of like my job as VP of Ed. You can volunteer or I can volunteer. So just know it's kind of the power in this position if you're interested in it. All right. So I am assigning Art as our Toastmaster so he can give it another round and so he can show y'all how Toastmastering goes because he's so good at it. If that's okay with you, Art, will you be here next week?
Thank you. Yes, I will. Thank you.
Okay. All right. Well, I look forward to you being Toastmaster. Next in line, I would like to assign Miss Janet Sellers as Table Topics Master. Is that okay with you, Queen of Everything? And I don't have you on your screen, so you have to unmute yourselves and talk to me.
Okay, the answer is yes. That's one of my favorite jobs in the whole wide world, putting everybody on the spot instead of me. I love it.
All right. Well, you will be the Queen of Table Topics next week.
All right.
All right. So who would like to speak next week? Go ahead. I still have a few more gift cards available to give away. So make sure you get your $25 gift card from something on Amazon by completing a level. So no matter where you are, let's get it done. Let's get these speeches done. Let's get this improvement. You didn't join just to sit here and be the same. So let's see. Sheila, when's the last time you spoke? I called you out, I know. Sweetie.
December, but next week I have to present at the ORRC meeting at
See, that's where you're supposed to come and practice with us first. See, y'all be missing the mark.
I gotta get that done.
Thing. All right, well, I'm gonna get you when you come back, okay?
I'll be here next week. I just don't want to try and do a speech because I got to prepare for that.
Well, that's what, like I said, well, maybe that's what you can do is you can practice a portion of your presentation. How about that?
Y'all be bored out of your mind. You don't want to know about what the CFPB is doing.
Well, see, that's I'm telling you, this is your practice ground. So that way you can take your boring presentation and add a little inspirational speaker spice to it and make it better. But definitely, for real, this is where you can really, I practice a lot of the stuff that I'm going to present outside of Toastmasters. I practice it right here. So y'all can give me feedback and I can fall on my face, trip, fall, stumble right here before I get out there in the real world and do it in front of them. Chanita, what were you going to say?
I was going to say, yes, we do want to know. We want to know what it is that you're doing.
See, Miss Sheila.
Oh, you're gonna be
I mean, you don't have to give us a portion. How long is your presentation next week?
It'd be like 5 minutes.
See, I'm signing you up, Sheila. You're gonna practice so that way when you show up, they're gonna be like, who is this woman? We're gonna be like, yes, that's an inspirational speaker right there. Toastmasters, yes, give it up. All right. This is my job. I have to push you all to grow, expand and stretch you. Who else would like to speak next week? Let's see here. Or if you can unmute yourself and let me know what position you would like to fulfill, I will take that as well.
I'm gonna have to do grammarian again because I need something simple. My sister is having a fit.
Okay. All right, we can do that.
Thanks.
Or how about our counter?
I'll miss a lot because I'm in and out.
All right. So we're gonna give, and you're gonna come up with us another immaculate word to use next week because this one was good.
Absolutely.
Thank you. Thank you so much. And if you figure out that word ahead of time, just let me know so I can go ahead and put it in Easy Speak, or if you have time to do that, but I know you're busy down there. All right. Let me make sure I put that in.
I will volunteer to speak. I'm on my second level. I'm still new at all of this, but I'm ready to go.
All right. Good stuff. Good stuff. I am putting Miss Kim in. That is how you grow, is by taking these roles and speaking as much as possible. It doesn't just happen by showing up. I mean, there is a little osmosis going on here, y'all, but not completely. All right. Who else do I have? So is our guest still on the line? Teresa, are you coming back next week to join us, to visit us? All right, does your schedule allow? Let's see if we can get you unmuted.
I do need to double. I took a lunch break for this today, so I want to make sure that I can commit every week before I get too far here.
All right. So what I do recommend is let your supervisor, your manager or boss, let them know what it is that you're working on. And if they're not familiar with Toastmasters, email me and I'll give you something so you can pass it along. Because a lot of times what you'll be surprised is bosses will even pay for you to be here at Toastmasters. We've even had some bosses that paid for the dues and whatnot and surprised the person who was not expecting that.
Yeah.
So,
Okay. Sure.
all right, because it's leadership development and it helps you at your job, which means it helps the company overall. All
Okay.
right.
Thank you.
I want to make sure that I got everybody. Miss Sandy, are you going to be here next week?
I don't think I'm going to be here next week.
Okay. All right. Well, in the case of that change, jump on Easy Speak and just sign up for something. And I thank you all. I'm done with you. I do believe if I did not get you for something, please let me know because I'll be happy to throw you in a spot. Madam President.
Before we adjourn, because we do have a couple of minutes left, and I know we're all eager to get to some lunch if we have not been eating during the meeting. Our guest, Teresa, we didn't ask you what you thought of the meeting. Do you have any comments on what you liked, what you didn't like?
Oh my gosh, you were all so impressive. I'm completely new to Toastmasters. I had a friend just through some kind of talking back and forth and bouncing ideas back and forth off of each other, mentioned the group. I'd never even heard of it before. And so this is literally my first foray into any of it. So just the structure and everybody jumping in and speaking and the honest critiquing, and it's very impressive. I think you've all spoke wonderfully. And so it's just kind of trying to learn and figure out where this is going to go and how this may fit into the next few steps, kind of seeing or planning in my future here. My where you are and where you're going are coming into play a little. But thank you all. And I appreciate everybody's kindness very much.
Thank you. Thank you for coming to the meeting today. And thank you for sharing. If there are no other announcements, Janet has an announcement.
Everybody here lives in El Paso County, right?
I do.
Okay,
No,
so
Sheila doesn't.
oh, okay. Well, that's okay. On Saturday, those of you who have come to Fox Run Park know where it is. We are having a walk with our county commissioner, Holly Williams. And you can walk through the park. I'll be leading the hike. It starts at 11 and we'll bring a sack lunch. I'll be taking you through, Mimi's seen them before, the beautiful culturally modified trees by the Native Americans. And Holly will be walking with us, and you can ask any questions you would like to your county commissioner that you elected and bring up any kind of issues that you'd like to in a more casual way besides in the courthouse. We thought that would be a nice introduction to her and to all the people in the county. And there'll be plenty of people there. I don't think you have to wear a mask, but you could bring one just in case. It's not a very hard walk. If I can do it, anybody can do it, but it's a beautiful walk. And that's my 2 cents. Thank you.
Thanks, Janet.
Really quickly, some of you I have sent a private chat, so check your chat. Especially if you are of the male species, there is a chat and I need a response from it. And the other thing that I am going to encourage you very strongly is why we have Madam President at our fingertips right now. If there is a role that in one of those leadership roles that she mentioned earlier that you're interested in or that you want to nominate somebody for, do it right now while you have her, so you don't have to send an email or anything later on. This is a great opportunity to get that in. So Miguel, I don't have you for a role for next week. So are you going to be here next week? I don't know if he might have us on hold. Okay.
Yeah, I'll be here next week.
Okay, so I need to put you in for a role. Can I put you in for timer?
Yes.
Thank you.
And real quick, I need some help. I need to get Miguel his credit for last week as I was his evaluator. I need to get you your credit and get your evaluation sent. I'm having trouble uploading that.
Miguel is a Facebook person. So if it's a way for you to do it on Facebook, I would suggest that is a way to contact him. You have to, everybody is not email people. Some people are text folks. We got WhatsApp. So exercise the different things that we have. Something else that I want to ask you all to do is to go to YouTube and hit the like button. Oh, we're still live.